Oh, welcome back to Tractors, Land, and Shop Time, everybody. This is going to be part 2 of my new land video. Like I said in the last one, I started out intending to film that and got to doing a couple other things, and then it's like, you know, this video's getting long enough. So this is actually, it's the next weekend from when I first started that. So the footage will probably be a little bit mixed. Last weekend it was pretty cloudy and a little bit of rainy. So a week has passed. It's still, well, we got some high clouds, but it looks a little different. So you'll notice a little difference in some of the footage, but that's okay. I got, like I say, started out a little bit of footage over there. Did a little bit of driving around, and then I was kind of showing some of the property markers. I was putting up T-posts to mark those. So I got that done, and then I also did a little bit of spray painting. Once I had those in, spray painting those nice fluorescent orange so that they're more visible. So we'll go check some of that stuff back out, and then maybe need to do a little bit more rotary cutting over there. And then I also need to do a bunch of other work around here. Over the next few days. I took a week off of work, so I'm out here for about a week. So hopefully we'll get some other activities going here too. I was driving around in the Ranger last night and noticed that even though I mowed a lot of stuff just a week ago, it's just that time of year. I've got some thistles coming up I need to spray, and I'm going to fertilize around the building here for whatever that's worth. And then but yeah, I noticed several of the things that I had already just trimmed up about a week ago could also be mowed again. And then there's some stuff that's been several weeks since I was on it, so probably need to hit some of that stuff again. But so we'll probably end up getting some weed spraying done too. I don't know if that's all going to be on this video though, because again, it'll probably get too long. So we'll cover some of that in future videos if we have too much other stuff to do and it gets to be a little too long. So let's get at it. Alright, next project, since this land is ours now, I'm going to head over onto this new piece of ground. Let's see, can you see the orange marker T-post there? That's where the property line used to be. Now we go all the way out. If you can kind of see where the field is out there, way up there kind of. That is not ours, but everything that's all the green you see, and then just beyond that, all the tall, like, I don't know what you call that, swampy grass, marsh grass, wetland stuff, that is now ours. So I have been over here just a little bit already, and I mowed a couple trails into here, make it a little easier to get around. But so yeah, what I want to do is go in and put some T-posts up where the survey pins are. They have them marked above ground just with wooden stakes, but of course that's not going to last very long. So I'd like to get some T-posts up and then spray them some nice bright orange so it's easier to see, and we'll know where all those corner pins are for much longer that way. Let's see, let's take this first trail. I cut one trail going off that way, but we're gonna take this one. This one just kind of goes up, there's a nice little hill here. It goes up over top of this hill. Oh, it's rough in here. Hope you're not getting sick. So the weeds up here are, I don't know, they're a cross between a weed and like a bush or something. They're pretty tough. They're almost woody. But the pheasants love hanging out in here, so it's good pheasant land. It's good hunting. It's a little hard to walk through, but it's good hunting land. So it's just nice to get this ground added to our 40 acres that we had already. So now we got a total of 61, and this just gives us a lot more cushion around the whole place there. So I'm so happy we finally got this done. Well, of course, right after I shut the camera off on that last clip, trigger kicked up a bird. I didn't get that, but there is a bird. Let's see if you see my finger. It's probably tough to see on camera, but there is a bird. Just walked back into the weeds, so now he's gone. But there's a pheasant standing right there. Like I say, they really like this ground out here. All right, now we're all the way along the very back edge of our property. The 40 is behind us, and we're on the new land. It's a big old deer stand that's been there for I don't know how long, as long as we've owned the place. And I think it was there for even quite a while longer, but it's quite the stout deer stand, no longer in use. Our new ground does not include that. It goes almost up to that. Oh, they kicked up another bird right there. So our new ground goes almost up to that. And then it just sort of follows the edge of the field around, which is not a straight line. It's kind of rough ground. Like I say, it's mostly just wild ground, but we won't really be doing anything with it or building anything back here, I don't think. It's just for habitat and just more area to roam. Okay, so there's the deer stand, and then let's see, our property pin is right up there. All right past where Chloe is. There goes another bird. So that's where our property corner is, and then it just follows the edge of the field here. So it's kind of easy to tell because whatever is field is not ours, and whatever is wild land is ours. And then you look all the way back there, the building is way over there. Okay, first T-post corner marker, border marker is in. I got, let's see, total of 7 of them I think I need to put in, so we got 6 more. Alright, got another marker put in. I don't know if that showed or not. And I figured as long as I'm going around marking these, might as well start cutting. So I did turn the rotary cutter on and trying to do a little trail cutting back here. Weeds are a little bit long, so I'm trying to get them trimmed up a little bit more. Oh, trigger. Acts like he's on a set. Maybe not, but he acts like he's looking for one. Also, since the last time I was down here, from the clip you saw just a little bit earlier, I put a trail cam up right here, and let me turn the corner here. I cut a crossways trail, so this one will connect to the hill, and then way off in the distance there is our old original 40 acres over the hill. So I just cut one trail crosswise, so I've kind of split it up into, well, the tall grass up there split into 4 quadrants now. We're getting back to the rear part where the fence line is, and then we got to take a left up here, and that's where that big old deer stand is. Okay, so this area right up ahead of the tractor, not sure how well it shows up on camera, but there's like a big ditch, big dip here that we go through. That's the whole big ditch that runs all the way from way up north, like miles north of here, crosses under the highway on the north side of my property through a drainage culvert, and that ditch runs all the way through all this lowlands. So that's where the bulk of the water carries when there's a lot of water, which is rare. It's usually just oh, I don't know, more just kind of wet. But this spot, when you come through here, you got to be really careful. Right now it's been dry enough, you can go through there no problem, but it's a good place to get stuck. So I kind of want to try to figure out if I can do some sort of a I don't know, a little bridge or something. I don't know what to do exactly, so if anybody has an idea on that. So this is that corner post that I showed earlier by the old deer stand, and now I had a chance to paint it orange, so that's a lot better visibility now. And then this other post right ahead of me, I'm going to be pulling that out later so we don't have to deal with it. And actually that whole fence line is actually on my side of the property, so I always thought that was probably the other guy's land or fence, but I guess not. There we go. I did notice I want to try to hack this edge away a little bit more too. So you can tell last time I came through I took another 2-foot swipe, and I'm going to try to just keep narrowing this up just a little bit. It's so thick I don't want to do it all in one shot though. I just kind of take about a foot or two at a time. Oh yeah, this thing's already bogging down. This tractor's got some really nice features on it too, like it's got cruise control, which is super nice. I use that quite a bit. It's got a speed match, it's got load match. The 3-point arms are electronically controlled, so you have lots of different ways to adjust it. And you can just raise the arms just with the lever manually with your hand on it, which is what I'm doing right now. Or you can raise it all the way up and down just with the touch of a button, which is really nice, like with a snowblower or even the cutter. If you get to an end of a corner and you want to turn around or something, you can just very quickly raise it up. Like I'm going to do now, I'm going to shut that off. We're going to shut the cut down. There we go. So it's got some really nice options. So it's got like a load match, which will, say you're doing buck work and you're driving into a load of dirt. If you turn that on, your tractor won't stall. If it needs more power, it just adds power all by itself. You just keep pushing on the pedal and it handles the power issue all by itself. Alright, so this is the last corner post. It's just the wooden surveyor stake, and I was out of T-posts, so. And where's those dogs going? They're heading off to the mine over there. We gotta get them back. But this is where I'm gonna put the last T-post. Hey boys! We're good! Hopefully you can see yet. Should be able to. It looked like we could when we were in the cab there. Alright, let's throw this up right by the pin. Oh boy. That'll do. And then we'll come back with the Ranger later on and spray a little orange paint on it. Alright, we're just going to cut our way back to the beginning. Way over by the deer stand. And then I don't know what we'll do. I got some more cutting I gotta do on other parts of the property, so we'll probably go do that. Come back here later on with the Ranger and see how everything's looking, and then maybe paint that last post. I was thinking I might also try to get some tile marker flags to put by all these, just so they're even a little bit more visible, but I don't know. That might seem a little over the top and kind of nerdy, so I mean, I'd kind of like to do it just to make it more visible, especially from my land over there, but yeah, I don't know. That seems a little nerdy. I don't know if I'll do that or not. So if you see flags in the future, you'll know how nerdy I really am. This part here is a problem. I wish the surveyor would have put that pin over a little further. I'm going to go down through this ditch, and then, yeah, in a wet year, this will be a problem. You won't be able to get through here during a wet year, so I'm going to have to figure something out. It's just sketchy too. I think it's pretty narrow right there, so I think right behind me, where I just came in, right behind that, I think I'd be able to also put up some sort of a little bridge if I was able to figure something else out that way. And I do not want to fill this ditch in, obviously, because, well, it needs to be there for obvious reasons that nature already took care of, so I don't want to fill it in. I suppose I could do a culvert and fill it in, but that'd be kind of ridiculously expensive for really not much reason. Yeah, I'm not sure. In what years? Maybe we just don't go through there, that's all. I just can't get to the other side to go all the way up more to the north end where we just were, though, if I can't get through there. At least not the way things stand right now. But sure like the orange posts, though, and stuff. Once that wood goes away, the only thing that will be left is the T-post, and they'll stand out a lot better. Painted orange, and they won't go anywhere. Alright, when we get back to the end here, now I want to try to pull that one post out. So I got some chains in my bucket, and I got that T-post puller that I was talking about in the last video that I didn't get to use because it was a sign post, not a T-post. Well, not on camera, but the trigger just got another pheasant up. Okay, let's shut the cutter down, raise it up, throttle back. Okay, it's your show. What do you want to talk about? Go ahead, you tell people all about it. Uh-huh. Yeah? Oh. Oh, really? You don't think this will work? I think it'll work. Why don't you think it'll work? Yes, it will. Well, I know it's not that good a setup. I know. Yeah, and if we had some hooks on our bucket, that would help. You're right about that. I think we do need to do that, but I got it kind of rigged up. I think it'll work. Should we try it? Well, let's try it. You want to put money on it? No, you don't have money. Should we put a dog biscuit on it? Okay. If it works, you get a dog biscuit. If it doesn't work, you get a dog biscuit. How about that? All right, let's see what happens. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this tractor has no buddy seat. I still have a buddy. We're gonna try this out. I'm getting under tension. I'm hooked up. Let's turn the camera around, see if it pulls out or not. All right, here goes nothing. Let's give her a little throttle. Oh, look at that. It's just coming right out. Nothing to it, man. That was awesome. That was awesome. All right, now I take the e-brake off. A little awkward angle. Right, backing up. Get out of the long grass. And let's just lay it down. Oh, nice. Okay, Chloe. You stay here and keep running the tractor. How about that? I got another T-post. That's a little bit too, but Probably use that somewhere at some time. All right, let's grab our post pounder thingy. What do you call it? Does it say? Yeah, post pounder. It says right on there. All right, boys. We're gonna head back towards the building, get rid of the chains and stuff. All right, Chloe. Now we got to do our dance here. Well, while we're in the process of driving back to the building, I'm way on the south end of the property. I filmed a little bit of drone footage from down here, looking to the north. Our building is over in that direction over there, and we just came from over there, pulled the post out back there. So I'm going to throw up some pictures that I took from the drone. You can see kind of what it looks like. I took these probably, I don't know, I'm trying to remember. I took them before I cut the Crossway trail, I know. I think I just had the other trails cut. So it's not quite current. Wanted to try to pop the drone up again today, but it's too windy. Maybe by tonight. That's the problem with getting your commercial drone license around here. You'd have to have a pretty stout drone to be able to make a living flying drone commercially. Boy, I'm having trouble talking. So you'd have, I don't know how you do it really, because there's so many days I cannot fly. The opportunities for flying are just so limited, mostly because of the wind. But anyway, that gives you a little bit of an idea of what the place looks like from the air. And I'm sure I'll probably get some more footage of that in the future. So I'm coming around the corner. Now I'm almost right next to the original 40 acres. You can probably see, well, no, you can't see the building over there because you're looking at me. But the building is right over that direction. I'm going to spin the camera. Let's stop. I'm going to spin the camera around a minute. Okay, now the building is over there. You probably can see that. Maybe. Alright, so now we're going off the new land, back onto the old land. There is a property post marker right up there, if you can see it. I'm not going to take that one down though, because I actually have a range. That's a range spot for me from my deer stand. So I'm going to leave that one up. It's not needed to mark the property, but it is a range marker for me. And now we're back on the new land again. So these trees, I only owned about a third of them before. And now we own the whole thing. So I cut a trailer on the back side. I don't know if you noticed, but there was another trail cam. I just moved the one that was over by the corn pile to back here. Kind of want to see if there's, well, I'm sure there is activity over here. I just want to see what activity there is, since we have access to this now. So, but I kind of like this, especially in the afternoons driving through here. It's kind of nice and shady, and it's pretty sweet. It's nice having all this be part of ours, added to all of our land that we already had. And we're just about back to the building, so, and I'm sure we're probably getting about long enough. So yeah, so like I was saying, I'm sure this video is probably getting to be about long enough as it is. We could probably call it a day, and then I'm going to be out here for a few more days yet, so we'll keep filming stuff and come up with some more content for future videos. But I think you've probably seen enough of me today to be sick of me, so we'll probably call this one good for now. Thanks for joining us here at Tractorland Shop Time with the actor who plays Mark and the dogs, Chloe, Coda, and Trigger. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see ya.